Officer William Jeffrey knew danger lurked on the other side of the door, but he never expected this.
Dion, it's Houston Police. Let's do this thing.
Before he could get those words out, cut down by a burst of gunfire.
Somebody get Bill!
One of many victims of what police say is a growing threat, firearms illegally modified to shoot like machine guns.
My dad thought that he was Superman for Houston. I always said he had Superman syndrome. He thought that if he wasn't at work, the city was going to crumble without him. He loved being able to serve his community.
Jeffrey's daughter, Lacey, still grieving, says she was stunned to learn about the weapon that killed her father.
My father was shot more than a dozen times. Sorry. The amount of bullets that he was able to fire off in a matter of 10 seconds, as opposed to only pulling the trigger once and having to reload and doing it again. My dad could have probably gotten out of the way. He probably could have moved. But he didn't have a chance because of the rapid fire. He didn't stand a chance.
From his perch at the head of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms,
Special agents.
Former federal prosecutor Stephen Dettelbach is the chief enforcer of the nation's gun laws.
Now, machine guns have been against the law in the United States, new machine guns, since 1934, the days of Al Capone and the Tommy gun. But we're seeing them all over the place.
Dettelbach invited us to a law enforcement gun range in Washington, D.C. to see how easily legal guns can be illegally modified and how dangerous those modified guns can be.
This is an example of a drop-in auto series. It's a machine gun conversion device. It looks like a small piece of plastic. It's deadly. The reason why is it just drops right into an AR and makes a lethal weapon. All you have to do is open up the AR, drop it in the appropriate place, close it, and you have an item that can kill scores of people in a second.
And people are buying these online, they're buying these from overseas.
They're buying these online, they're buying these from overseas, they're 3D printing them.
Here's a standard handgun, one round fired for every pull of the trigger. Here's that same gun, illegally modified. Similar devices modify assault rifles like the AR-15.
I talked to state and local police chiefs, sheriffs, our partners in federal law enforcement. They tell me to a person, it's raining switches.
Earlier this year, police in Pennsylvania were chasing a suspect.
Watch that corner.
Who had just killed a local police chief when he opened fire using a modified Glock. Police killed the assailant in a shootout.
Get on the ground, let me see your hands!
Authorities say switches like the one used in that gun have been flooding in from China, but also made at home.
I sat in a room, a printer that cost just shy of $200 sat there buzzing in the background for 30 to 40 minutes, and when it was done, a machine gun had been created.
An ATF report on crime guns found that the number of recovered machine gun conversion devices from 2017 to 2021 went up 570%.
He was more than just a cop. My dad was a great man.
Lacey Jeffrey, who used to get rides in her father's squad car, is among those pushing for tougher penalties for criminals who sell and use modification devices.
And if we can just harshen the punishments for these criminals that are getting caught with them and keep them behind bars longer, I feel like it's extremely important, and it would be very helpful for our communities.
Ken Delaney is joining us now with more on this important reporting. Ken, the ATF director was very clear with you. This problem is getting worse. They're concerned about it. What can they do from a solution perspective, short of an act of law, an act of Congress?
You know, Hallie, the reality is these things are already illegal. The ATF just doesn't have enough agents to do the kind of nationwide enforcement that is necessary. There have been some calls from lawmakers that the ATF should change gun regulations and require makers like Glock to make this more difficult to accomplish, to change the designs of their guns. But that's a controversial step, and the ATF is in a number of regulatory battles right now with the gun industry and gun dealers, and there just isn't the political appetite, it seems, to take that on. The reality is it's really difficult to regulate guns in this country, even when people are doing things that are illegal, Hallie.
Ken Delaney, and thank you very much for that. NBC News covers hundreds.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.